Too many times, you can be in the presence of greatness and don't recognize it. You can be in the kitchen and don't eat. You can be in a place of favor and don't receive. I ask everybody, how come we never hear the story of the desk mate of Obama? How come we never told about his desk mate? They were in the same class, taught by the same teachers, but one of them took off in a different path. How come we don't hear the story of the guy who drove Obama around when he came to Kenya? Maybe, can it be that that guy thought Obama will never amount to anything? Can it be? He came to Kenya, he met a few people, he used to smoke. I'm sure he shared a cigarette with somebody. How come we never hear that guy being mentioned in the story? Because probably he thought, wacha ni pastime, hii meeting ishe, niende rudi kwa dom, I go do other things, let me just chat my friends up, let me just sit here and enjoy myself. And I repeat again, many times you can be in the presence of greatness and don't be great. I've never been to university. I don't have a degree. Yeah. But I work for the President of the Republic of Kenya in his office. I don't think I work there because of what I have in terms of paper, but it's because of what I carry in terms of favor. But today, all right, I'll be a bit hard with you. Let's clap at the end. I have a few minutes. You have to understand when you walk in favor. A lady who is pregnant cannot just hang out and go chumira or smoke shisha or just hang out anywhere. Do you know why? Do you know why? Okay, it's a conversation. Do you know why? Because she understands what she's carrying. And if you know what you're carrying, then you protect what you have. Which brings me to today's topic. 3 things I need you to take home by the time I'm through. Number 1, believe. I need you guys to believe beyond the ordinary. I need you to believe that God is able to do much, much more than you can even think about. I need you to believe that whatever is happening to you is not for bad, but for good. I need you to believe that God will never break his word to you. Why? Because I'm a living testimony. Grew up as a young boy in Eastlands. I was those guys who were taken to college, rain. I was taken to 4 colleges, dropped out from all of them. And while this was important, I had a dream. I had a dream, an amazing dream. And I said, you know what? If God can just bring my dream to pass. And I believed. I kept on believing. Very many people where I grew up told their children, don't be like that guy. Usikwe kama ule. Ule jamaa, achana naye ule. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, many of those parents are pretty old and come and tell me, Ted, we never believed you would make anything. But because I believed. And above everything, and I'm like everybody of you. By the way, I'm not, if you notice, I didn't start with I'm born again and everything, all that. Me, I'm like you guys. I know I'm not a good guy. I know I'm not worthy of even the things that God does for me. So today, I'm talking to the bad guys. The people who know that even lifting up their hands to worship is a problem because already in your heart, you know, I can't lift these hands up. But I want you to believe in what God says. I love worship. And the reason I lift up my hand is because lifting up the hands internationally is a sign of surrender. And that's me coming to God and saying, you know what, God, I'm not good enough. I know I'm a bad guy. But these are my hands. I'm laying down my arms. I'm lifting up my hands and saying, God, you know what? Me, I'm giving you what I have. Hata kama ni mbaya bado nakupati. The first thing, believe. Number 2, begin. Begin. Since I was young, this is all I've been doing. I used to go to parties. Mi ndio nilikuwa wasee kwa bash. Nilikuwa umse, nikiingia pali, mi ndio mtu wa jokes, nini, kila kitu, kujibamba. And as Robert said, you need to make some money out of that. Yeah? Because your gift will make room for you in front of the king. Mine has. So if mine can, so can yours. But begin. And keep doing it. Begin. Whatever your dream is. Some of you say, I want to be a doctor, but you're hanging out with cobblers. That's where the problem comes in. We go back to our initial conversation. You cannot be carrying greatness and behave normal. I tell my friends, I dress up like this every time. When I have money, when I don't, when I have a meeting, I don't, this is how I'll dress up. Do you know why? Because this is the symbol I want you to know. I love colognes. I want when I walk anywhere, you'll say BigTed was here. I invest in myself. So that if I stand with anybody else, if you look at the crowd, you'll say, probably this guy has the most money. I might be the guy with the least. But listen, I begin. I carry myself with the seriousness I deserve. Yes, you're in university, you're still in campo, you can do anything you want, but listen, carry yourself like you're already there. You're a programmer, think like a programmer. I'm an event manager, so anything I think about, anything I do, I always think about a solution. So as I sat there, I already thought about 10 different things that can happen here, and I already have an answer. If the power goes off, we shall have to speak and shout. So the first thing which I'll do this. I like the comedy part. So I've already thought about a few jokes. That if you came to me with a joke and everything, I had a joke for you. I was going to come back at you very hard. So I have already thought about it. So my second point is begin. The first point is believe. Second point is begin. Third point is become. My third point to you is become. Many times, you'll get stuck at a particular level. I have very many of my friends who never probably went to university like me, but they're stuck at a particular level. I refuse to stick. Even right now at my age, I'm only years, I'm still able to learn. I put myself out there to learn. I put myself out there for knowledge. I wake up every day at 5 to read and to write. Because of where I want to go to. Now, let me tell you a story. 6 years ago, a big show came to Kenya. And they were looking for an MC. So they got a few guys to go in. And this MC on the show used to be paid about 20,000 shillings a month. But everybody else used to be paid 80,000 to 100. But this MC refused to leave the microphone. Every Thursday, he'd be at the show, faithfully executing his duties, practicing jokes, cracking, and perfecting himself. Ladies and gentlemen, what this MC taught and said was that he used the audience every Thursday as rehearsal. So the audience every Thursday for him was practice. The audience for him was to sharpen his skill and his knowledge of crowd control, of the microphone. He was able to know people and everything. So one day, the president needed an MC. And so they called a few people. And this guy said, you know what? I want this job with the president. So his strategy was very simple. He said he will not charge for that event. And we told the organizers were like, what do you mean you won't charge? This is the president. You'll earn money. It was a political rally. I said, I will not charge. But what this guy said is that he thought in his mind, and because he was sure that he had begun, he had believed, and now it was time for him to become, that if he's put on that stage, anybody else who is level with him will not be able to catch up. Needless to say, the president loved him. The next event, the guys decided, no, we can't call that guy. Let's call somebody else. And halfway in the program, the president was watching it live, and he says, how come you guys are not calling that MC? We don't want this other guy. The guy is boring. It was the biggest guy on radio who was on stage. But he said, I do not want this guy. I want the other guy. Ladies and gentlemen, I was seated at home, and the phone call came, and they asked me, the president wants you now. I told them, I'm sorry, I can't come. They told me, how much do you want? Do you remember I did it for free? It was payback. I told them, now you'll pay me double. Ladies and gentlemen, 6 years later, I still work for the president. I still think I'm the best MC. I still practice my craft. I will come and talk to you for 5 minutes. To you, it might look like a nice speech, but for me, it is perfecting my skill. And at the end of the day, because I know you will clap. And I will tell myself, Ted, you still have it. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 things to take home. Believe, begin, become. Favor will find you. But the problem is, are you prepared for favor? Favor will find you, but are you prepared for favor? Is your gift prepared for favor? Is your talent prepared for favor? Is your life prepared for favor? Favor will find you. If the president came and I was not ready, regardless of if he looked at me 20 times, I would not have gotten anything. So ladies and gentlemen, as we sit here and think about everything that you're about to do, as favor walks around, are you prepared? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just the boy next door. I'm a bad man, but I love God. But thank God for grace. And I don't mean grace Ekiraba. Thank God for grace, because grace is just one bad person telling another bad person where he found bread. Ladies and gentlemen, I found bread. And bread is hidden in God. Grace will find you. Thank you. God bless you.